Firstly goes back, again finds Bridge. Not too much movement ahead of him, but he's found Lopez well. Lopez getting away from his marker. Could get a chance for a shot on goal here. Drags it across. Mackail-Smith marked, pulls it in towards the 6-yard box. Nearly found its way through there to Ashley Barnes. Didn't quite get hold of it there, Craig Mackail-Smith. Wayne Bridge back there to Adam El-Ab, across to Gordon Greer, 5 yards inside his own half, away to Lopez, into the Ipswich half, chips that on towards Mackail-Smith, who tried to get the wrong side of the defender, goes wide to Hammond, trying to curl the cross in, it's blocked by the defender, but he's won another corner. Again, good approach play by the Albion. Well, I think Hammond could be the key. He's a big imposing character if he needs be. He's up against Ndor now, gets ahead of him towards the near post, swung in there towards him, glancing header, and he scores! Dean Hammond scores on the ground where he made his debut for the Albion. And well, years later, he comes up with an absolute corker at the near post, a glancing header, the delivery from Orlandi, and the Seagulls have the lead. Ipswich 0, Brighton 1.
Yeah, it's a great ball in from Orlandi there. And I think every report we had, they don't put a play on the post, Ipswich, and you can see that. Straight aimed at the near post, there's nobody on the post to stop it. Hammond's got in front of his man, well worked corner, 1-0. It's a great start from Brighton.
Sliding tackle there by Ashley Barnes. His shorts just rode up his leg there slightly, so hence the oohs and the ahs from the Ipswich Town fans. Ball forward there to Murphy. Murphy getting away from Adam El-Ab. Palmed away there by Kushak. Comes for Orr. Pulls it back in. Edwards won't get there. Lualua with the saving tackle. Lopez heads it back into the danger area, and it's hooked away by Dean Hammond.
All in all, we're controlling it. We're getting runners, we're getting midfield runners forward. It's a great first half performance.
Thomas Kushak making his 100th league appearance this afternoon. And there to Barnes. Barnes with a nice header down there. Mackail-Smith gets away from his marker. Right-footed, hits the post, and to the other, and in! Fine finish from Craig Mackail-Smith, and the Seagulls' top scorer doubles the advantage with 12 minutes remaining of the first half. Ipswich Town 0, Brighton 2.
That's why there's a £3 million price tag on him, because that's his first chance, half a chance, and it was only half a chance really. You think he's gone away from goal. It's a great header from Barnes to put him through. First one touch, great finish off each post, back of the net, 2-0. Like to say, first 30 minutes, he's the best I've seen Brighton play this season.
High praise indeed, and high praise for Albion's top scorer. The fans were talking about him before kick-off, but that was a fine strike. Barnes with another good diagonal header. Again, Mackail-Smith just getting inside the two centre-backs there. Tommy Smith got in a bit of a tangle there, and he's lucky again that Luke Chambers was behind him. And of course, with his pace and these two centre-backs, Mackail-Smith causing problems again. This time he's beaten Creswell. Back into Barnes. He takes a touch, rounds the defender, hooks it back in. Oh, and it's put behind by the defender. So close to an own goal as well. Great work from Mackail-Smith and from Barnes, nearly creating a third for the Seagulls.
It's great play, but I said before the game, JC, the boy Smith, his pace, he hasn't got any pace, and we've done this research and the scouting people have watched the games, and we've just bombarded them in balls in behind him and Creswell.
Orlandi, left-footed, swung in there right on top of Stephen Henderson. Free kick given there. Barnes takes over, trying to flick it through the middle towards Lualua. To be fair, it's scrappy from both sides. Well,
it is. Both sides are giving it away too easily. When we get the ball, we need to get on the ball and keep it, like I keep saying, but we're giving it far too cheaply back to them.
Ipswich have it again on the right. Martin's changed his boots. Curl in there. Good header away by Orlandi. Could fall on the edge of the box though for Ndor. Hits it first time. Well, it was a clean strike, but it wasn't on target. But Albion certainly having to soak up the pressure just at the moment with 8 minutes gone of the second half. Picks up the second ball as well. Decides to clear it long, finding Mackail-Smith on his own there, just needing a little bit of help. Nice square ball to Barnes. Barnes takes a touch. Reverse ball to Orlandi. Forced a little bit wide on the right. Could hold it up here, Andrea Orlandi. He's got Gary Dicker behind him. Irishman swings it from right to left to find Bridge. Maybe a chance for a long-range shot here. Bridge brings it down. Left-footed strike. Oh, what a strike it is! Wayne Bridge, well, he doesn't score many, but that's a fine, fine strike from 25 yards from the former England international.
Gus Poyet hasn't moved. He just stood there, look, he's going, what's going on? How do you score that? I'm asking questions about the goalkeeper. He's 35 yards right. He's bounced twice, hasn't he?
Well, he didn't hit it as sweetly as his first goal for the Albion, but the Seagulls fans on the far side do not care. It's Ipswich 0, Brighton 3, and Wayne Bridge on target once again.
But who said mackail-smith can't hold the ball up. I bet he changes his tune if we can get him on after the game.
Taking the free kick quickly, finds Carlos Edwards. It was lax for me.
I don't think
needless, isn't it? Maybe he just didn't see Scotland up there, but it's just a straight pass to opposition player. Here's Martin, curling ball back in towards the edge of the box. Not picked up, header comes in, taken there by Kushak. He's fumbled it. Man goes down. Chopper it is who's gone down. They wanted a penalty, the Ipswich players. He's given a free kick to the Albion. Foul on Kushak.
Yeah, but it was a penalty, wasn't it? I think it was a penalty.
I think Kushak just brought Chopper down.
Yeah, just pulled his leg, didn't he?
Edwards has it. 15 yards outside the penalty area. On to Luke Hyam. Little short pass in there to Scotland. Trying to wriggle away from Bridcup. Finds it to the left to Creswell. Creswell drifted in there. Chopper with a touch over the bar. I think what Gus Poyet will probably say after this game, this is my team. This is the way I want my teams to play. And I think he'll be delighted that they're back in the groove.
Oh yeah, because they've passed the ball about with ease. And they moved it about quickly, haven't they?
Yes, I have. Lopez doing exactly that with a lovely little ball over the top. Hoskins and Barnes both leave it for each other, and Henderson comes out and takes. Well, comical end there, which was such a shame. They just both made exactly the same run.
I'll tell you what, if mackail-smith would have been on, there would have been no questions. As a striker, I'm having it, get out of the way, give me the ball. And he was like, after you, Claude, isn't it? Well, no, you at me, no. Oh, okay, we'll lose it.
And back on the training ground in the coming days ahead of that game against Newcastle United in the FA Cup. Not in action today in the Premier League, but all the classifieds to come, of course, after 5 as well. And reaction from Crawley. Eastbourne Borough on their way to victory as well, 3-0 up at Havant Waterlooville. And we'll have all the details from Hastings against Lewis, from Kevin Anderson. Dean Hammond picks it up from deep. Nice square ball there with the outside of his right boot to find David Lopez. Barnes still going forward, he wants a goal, so does Hoskins. Nice run through the middle. Hoskins allows it to bounce, tries to lob it over the top of Henderson. A little bit too delicate as it floats over the top of the crossbar.
26 passes, that was, and that would have been a goal of the season. 26 passes I counted.
Not a bad way to finish, just needed the icing on the cake from Will Hoskins. It wasn't to be, he put it over the top of the crossbar, but there goes the final whistle. Top to bottom, a fine performance by the Seagulls. Winners by 3-0. A header from Dean Hammond, a fine strike off the post from Craig mackail-smith, and then quite a strange goal from Wayne Bridge from distance. Seemed to take a bobble in front of Stu and Henderson, but all the same, Albion run out winners and a perfect start to 2013.
So the early season pace setters go head-to-head in the final game before the international break. Both have identical records, 3 wins and a draw from the opening 4 matches, but it's Ipswich who hold top spot on goal difference. The Tractor Boys suffered heartache in the playoffs last season and are hoping this is their year. Brighton managed to beat the drop just, but their start suggests they could be looking up the table rather than down this time round. David Stockdale, the Brighton goalkeeper, wearing personalised gloves today in honour of Matt Grimstone and Jacob Schilt, who both lost their lives in the Shoreham air crash. He also wore a shirt with their names on in the build-up to the game. A lovely touch from him. Cleared away by Knudsen. We've got big shoes to fill, of course, with Tyrone Mings having gone to Bournemouth this summer for £8 million. Jonas Knudsen. A big opportunity to shine at left back as it's tossed forward by Bong. It's a good ball as well. It's Lawal takes it early! Terrific finish from Kasenga Lawal just 9 minutes in. Trademark celebration. Beautifully done. Finish wasn't bad either. Kasenga Lawal picks out the corner. His 4th goal of the campaign. And for the 7th match running this season, Brighton go ahead first. Lawal just too strong for Josh Emmanuel and picks out the bottom corner. Beautiful strike. And it's Ipswich Town 0, Brighton 1. Well, he's in terrific form and now he's matched his last season's tally, Kasenga Lawal. What a start. So So the leaders trail. Can they hit back? This is Ryan Fraser against Bruno. Crosses a little deep. And Bong chasing after it. Should be dealt with by Tommy Smith and will be. Sam Baldock quickly on the scene though. And Ipswich just haven't been able to get it together so far. Forced to go long, and it's Brighton playing all the football. Hemed, Rossignol, who's drifted in from the right-hand side, and now Loire. So deadly in the kind of positions we've just seen him score from. He gets the ball out of his feet on the left-hand side. He just seemed to be going in, and that's a yellow card for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, the 17-year-old winger. Just the trip there on Kazanga Loire. Dale Stephens over the set piece. Unamaya and Greer have gone forward from the back to put some height in there for Brighton. And it goes from Stephens. Good delivery, it's two! Now, did Hemed get a touch? Well, everybody's congratulating Dale Stephens, who I think will take credit for the goal, and that's 2 goals in a minute for Brighton. I don't think Hemed's trying to claim it. That discussion might continue in the dressing room at half-time, but the fact remains that Brighton have gone 2-0 up here. I'm not so sure that Hemed gets contact on this ball. Stephens swings it in. He doesn't touch it. It's got to be Dale Stephens' goal. Hemed might try and claim it, but I think that's down as a Stephens goal. Regardless, Brighton have made a dream start. Ipswich 0, Brighton 2. And the noise you can hear is from the Brighton supporters, understandably so. What a start. Stephens. He's in that position again. Tomer Hemed. It's launched forward now to Baldock. Good take, it's Baldock! Oh! Deserved better because the first touch was excellent from Baldock. And that really would have finished Ipswich off midway through the first half. It's Bong's ball again over the top. Lovely first touch, and that is inches away from making it 3-0 to Brighton. A big let-off for Ipswich Town. So close. Chris Hughton scribbling. I thought it might have been the other way around. Smith towering over Baldock. This is Cole Skews. Lifted over the top, Fraser giving chase. Hudemeyer was there, and Hudemeyer could be in trouble here. On a yellow card already, he's saying straight away he got the ball. Now will Keith Hill take further action? Fraser clutching his head. Hudemeyer appealing to the assistant referee. He got the ball, but I think Hudemeyer knows he's in trouble. Now let's see what Keith Hill does with this. Hudemeyer might just escape, you know. Chip down the line. Fraser giving chase. The foot was a little high from Hudemeyer. This will give us a better view. I think he did catch the head of Ryan Fraser, didn't he? One more, and he will be off. But he stays on the field for now, Uwe Hudemeyer. And Ipswich have a free kick in a good position. Fraser is over it, and boy do they need a goal. It's one from the training ground. Pittman leaves it, shot at goal. Freddie Sears with a strike. I think Brighton were expecting that to come into the heart of their box. Pulled back to the edge neatly from Pittman, and Sears bends it round the post, but not on the correct side of it. But he can't wait to get into his team at half-time. Stockdale's kick. The senior against Knudsen, and that's going to drop to Stephens. This is Dale Stephens! Oh, the woodwork! Well, there would have been no doubt about that one. But Dale Stephens smashes the woodwork. McGoldrick. His season was hampered by injury. Got injured in February. just coming back to full fitness. Fraser, is that a penalty? Lewis Dunk went with him. Well, Keith Hale waves away the protests. Oh, the home fans wanted a penalty there. Let's have a look. Hoisted forward. Dunk comes across. Oh, he handles that, doesn't he? In it goes by Fraser. McGoldrick over his shoulder. Back from McGoldrick. Malachik. Won't count anyway. The whistle had gone. Beautiful strike, though, in fairness. But it does nothing to change the scoreline. The assistant's flag was up well before Malachik volleyed that goalwards. McGoldrick has given Ipswich more of an attacking edge since coming on. Fraser's cross. Away by Dunk. McGoldrick hooks it over his shoulder. And you can see in your picture there, there are probably 2 or 3 Ipswich players offside. This is McGoldrick. It's a good looking ball, Fraser. Sears peeling off to the right. And that's a lovely ball for Pittman! Oh, he comes back out, Sears! Ipswich back in the game! Sears on target, at home, again for Ipswich. Now we've got a game on our hands. Just what the Ipswich fans wanted at the start of this second half. Started by Fraser, had the presence of mind to find Pittman, who's desperately unlucky. But Sears in the place where it mattered most to halve the deficit. Freddie Sears on target once more for Ipswich Town, and the game is alive once more. Ipswich Town 1, Brighton 2. Absorbing game though. Terrific game. Almost has a cup tie feel about it. Lifted over the top, and this is Hemed who could be in here. It's Tomer Hemed for Brighton. This to restore the 2-goal cushion. He's hit the side netting. He thought he'd scored, as did many inside the stadium, but he hasn't done. Makes a good angle for himself. Credit Malachik, the Polish defender who slides across, might just have done enough to put him off here and close that angle off. Rossignol, away by Bruno. I don't think we've seen the last of the goals. Malachik with a header. Gives it away to Stevens. Now Rossignol. Looking to burst beyond Skews, he's managed it, pulled in, great cross, and Hemed, so unfortunate, front post. Mick McCarthy looking far more animated in this second half than he was in the first. This is Liam Rossignol's run, great build-up play, and Rossignol leaves Cole Skews for dead, looking for Hemed front post, and it was Tommy Smith who managed to steer that one away. Hemed. So open this game. Hemed away from Skews, away to Loire. Now Kayal can drive one. Fizzes over the top. Shoot on sight policy at the moment from Brighton. Loire starting it. And Kayal, 25 yards. Tries to drive one into the roof of the net. Mick McCarthy said at half-time it's done the trick for sure. Introduction of McGoldrick has certainly helped. This is Hemed. Nice turn. Kayal ran forward and left the ball behind. Sears manages to poke it through to McGoldrick. Nicely done. Keeps Ipswich on the ball. Knudsen looking for Fraser. It'll drop for Fraser. Goes down. Has the referee given it? I think he has, you know, he's given a penalty. Bruno can't believe it. Bruno cannot believe it. It's Fraser, whose first touch, in fairness, was awful. The ball leaves him, and Bruno makes some sort of contact and Keith Hill points to the spot, and it's David McGoldrick who has the chance here to square the scores at Portman Road. Ipswich, remember, were 2-0 down at half-time. This to make it 2-2. McGoldrick against Stockdale. Who comes out on top? David McGoldrick, that's who. Listen to the roar around Portman Road now. Mick McCarthy rallying his troops from the sidelines. The game looked beyond them at half-time, but McGoldrick finds the bottom corner. And we are all square. McGoldrick's third of the campaign. Ipswich Town 2, Brighton 2. I'd love to know what's going through Chris Hughton's mind. So comfortable at half-time. Great start to the game. 2-0 up, and now pegged back to 2-2. This is balled up though. Hemed looks to go round. Malachik has beaten him. It's Thomas Hemed. What a challenge! What a challenge that was from Luke Chambers. Hemed was in. Stevens. Now Gordon Greer. Bong. Look at the space he's got here. Lawal takes over. Here goes the cross. Where will it land? Hemed! It's his goal this time for certain. What a game! What a game! In the battle of the top two, Gherkin furious. Thomas Hemed celebrates in the corner. Certainly debate about the first one in the first half. Absolutely no debate in the second. Thomas Hemed puts Brighton 3-2 up just a couple of minutes after Ipswich had squared it at 2-2. In goes the cross from Lawal. It's a great header. Ipswich Town 2, Brighton 3. Midway point of the second half. 5 goals already, and we're not back against Hall being scored in this match. Who wants it most? Turned out to Rossignol. Looking to run at Malachik. Pushed in towards Baldock. Pulling it across goal. Lawal arriving! And somehow it's been blocked. Danger not clear yet. Turned back in and cleared away by Malachik. Well, this is a moment that Brighton fans have been waiting for. Bobby Zamora is about to make his entrance. 12 years after his last appearance and a goal-laden spell between 2000 and 2003, Bobby Zamora is back in Brighton colours. He played 51 minutes on my watch now. 5 were added on, only a minimum of 5 of course. A few stoppages within stoppage time. Ipswich are top. Brighton are top of the table. What a game we've had here. 5 goals. Brighton 2-0 up at half-time through Lawal and Stevens, or was it Hemed? That debate will roll on. But what a fight back from Ipswich in the second half through Freddie Sears and David McGoldrick from the penalty spot. But Thomas Hemed scores what turns out to be the clinching goal here in Suffolk. Terrific game between the top two. 5 goals, could have been a lot more as well. But Ipswich are beaten for the first time this season, and Brighton go into the international break top of the championship table. Great game. Ipswich Town 2, Brighton 3.